Okay, I don't know if I'm live, and I haven't even checked my volumes or anything like that. So, if I'm live, I'm live. If I'm not, I'm not. That's okay. So, everybody, good morning. And it is 8:22. I had a very early morning this meeting, a very meeting early this morning. So, good morning to you all. Today is Technical Thursday, and we are going to be talking about arc resistant equipment today. I'm going to have Matt Hussey on with me, and Matt, you've seen him before. He is out of our Motor Control Center group. We make a lot of equipment that is arc resistant. We've got all these different technologies out there. We had a great discussion this week with Scott with regard to our personal protective equipment. And I can tell you we have a good program coming up soon with a good friend of mine, Russ Seyfried, and I've got him on the calendar as well. So we'll talk about that with regard to getting out of the arc flash boundary. So we talk about dressing for success. And if you haven't caught that YouTube session or LinkedIn session or Facebook session on Tuesday of this week, if you didn't catch that with Scott, you've got to get in there and take a look at that one. We went over personal protective equipment, keeping our electrical workers safe. From a electrical worker perspective, that was an important one, but also from a design engineering perspective, it's important to understand the capabilities of clothing. It's important to understand. Hey, we got Nihad Al Sharif, and I just got his session on the calendar as well. Nihad, thanks for that. And Nihad is reaching all the ways over from Egypt, so that's going to be a fun session. And we got Felix Sandoval in the house. So last Tuesday's session with Scott, we talked about getting into personal protective equipment. And I believe design engineers need to understand what we're talking about when we talk about personal protective equipment, what that looks like. Be familiar with what we are asking our electrical workers to don. And understand the hazards, the risk, the severity. Risk is a combination of severity and likelihood. So if we as design engineers understand severity and likelihood, we can help design systems that have a vision into that. I'm doing an educational program, a lunch and learn today with a large organization, and we're going to be talking about hospitals and those types of applications. And I'm approaching that seminar with regard to this whole thought process that likelihood and severity should be in the back of our minds in everything. And if you think about it, when it comes to safety, that's like a theme. We're talking about either likelihood or severity. If we're talking about disconnect switches, we're talking about trying to reduce the likelihood. And if it's a fusible switch, or if it's a switch that has an arc reduction technology on it, a maintenance switch that's looking downstream, I can be looking at trying to reduce likelihood and severity. If I have to do justified energized work, I can think about reducing severity. Barriers could add reducing the likelihood of accidentally coming into contact with everything. So we could look at our designs through the eyes of reducing likelihood and severity. And we got Mr. Russ Seyfried in the house. Said it right, brother. We're going to be talking about reducing the likelihood, right? So when I look at my calendar of events, wrong one. Jeez, oh man, look at this. I'm all messed up. I got my monitor over here and it was over there. So when I look at my calendar of events for the rest of May, oh my goodness, we're almost halfway through. We have arc resistant equipment, which we're going to be talking about today. So we talked personal protective equipment on Tuesday. That is dressing for success. Today we're going to talk about arc resistant equipment. I want you to understand what that is. I want to dig in. Matt and I are going to hopefully dig into the standards. He's probably forgotten more about this stuff than I know. So he's going to be a great asset in that regard. And I'm looking for questions from all of you. So please shoot those over. And then on the 17th, we got Leaders in Safety, Nihad El-Sharif's inductance into the Buck 41 Hall of Fame. I've got a good story about Nihad and his efforts to make change in the electrical industry and drive change in the electrical industry. And so we're going to be talking about ground fault circuit interrupters. So it's a little bit more than just an inductance of Nihad El-Sharif. I know he's going to be in Egypt, so it's going to be fun to talk to somebody globally, have somebody actually globally on the call. And Felix, if all goes well with this, you got to look at your internet service too, buddy, because maybe we can do something that has a Columbia twist to it that helps us understand an international code. I mean, I know what you do. I know you could talk about a lot of things. So Felix, think about it, buddy. And Japan too. I mean, that would be great to have a discussion with regard to some of our individuals across the country. I'm not sure how to make this a global thing. I think we can get that done. And Nihad's going to be the first trial in that process. We'll see how it goes. And then on the 18th, the very next day, we are going to be talking about adding distance for safety. Getting outside of the arc flash boundary. I mean, think about there's a lot of cases where we are doing things in an area that you could do remotely. And we're going to talk about all those different ways to do things remotely. And think about trying to get our electrical workers into an area that is safer. I mean, that's the end goal is all about protecting our electrical workers. I mean, there's a goal of reducing damage to equipment. Obviously, we want to maximize reliability and uptime. So leveraging technology to get yourself out, even if it's, I mean, we'll talk about maintenance, we'll talk about all that stuff. I'm not going to get into it right now, but getting out of that arc flash boundary is going to be important. Then we're going to get into arc flash calculations and theory. That will be a good one. That's going to be Mr. Mike King. We're going to have a blast on that one. And then life safety requirements, Article 700. Larry Ayer is going to help us walk through the life safety system for a tall building. Article 700 systems. He sits on panel 13. That should be a good discussion as well. And I've got Joe Fellow. I've got Joe Fellow. I don't know that I didn't add him to this list. Oh, he's right after that one. I haven't created his list yet, but I believe I did. It's right there. Leaders in Safety on the 26th of May. Now, why did it not show up here? Maybe it's I can only put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So don't forget to look at the whole calendar for May because I'm peppering other things in here. I got Leaders in Safety, adding distance. Okay, arc flash calculations, and then we got energy codes coming up in June. So June's going to be all about energy. I might pepper, me. I can't help peppering safety stuff in there too. So take a look at the calendar, understand what we're going to be talking about, because I don't. And some other things I've got going with this. I still got to hear back from Vince. I think his topic is going to be one of the most important things for safety. I know shock protection, arc flash protection, those are important. Well, my discussion with Vince Barlow is going to be, I got to tickle him again. I know he's a busy guy sometimes, and he does a lot of stuff for corporations and whatnot. So I'm hoping to get him on here. And so I know I got that one out there. I still got to beat up Donnie Cook. I haven't even talked to him about it. I'm telling all of you, but I'm going to have Donnie Cook on here as well. Donnie's a really great guy, and he's past chair of code making panel 15, not 15, 16, somewhere in that ballpark for swimming pools. So that's the lineup today at 5 o'clock, don't forget, we will be talking about arc resistant equipment with Mr. Hussey, Matt Hussey, and we're gonna have some good discussions, good debates. Tamaki, every live stream is new knowledge. Awesome. Thank you, Tamaki, for joining in. I appreciate that. And yep, you got to think about it, Felix. Think about a good topic. Think about the challenges, it would be great to hear, most of the people, if I look at the statistics, most of the people who view this podcast or my YouTube channel, it's North America. Okay, it's Canada, it's United States. I've got some people from other countries, but it's not like that's the majority. But I'd love to have a perspective of designing power systems or inspecting power systems, installing power distribution systems and equipment in other countries. That would be an interesting dialogue. That would be an interesting dialogue that maybe you guys somebody out there can pull to the table. So don't forget to look at the lineup. Don't forget to put these in your calendar. And if you've signed up on my website, I just realized, and I'm working on it right now. I've got to send my emails out in the morning. So you typically at 7:30 a.m. you get an email from me saying, here's what's going on today. Yesterday or Tuesday, completely forgot. So MailChimp didn't send anything out on Tuesday. But today I've got the email and I'm scheduling it, and it's going to go out right after I get off of this call. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for what you do for electrical safety. I just wanted to let everybody know, here's the lineup for today. Arc resistant equipment. So think arc resistant. Get your questions about arc resistant. Email them to me. If you don't know my email address, it's thomasadimitrovic@eaton.com. So you'll see it scroll down here about my YouTube site. It's Thomas Dimitrovich, but put an A in there. Thomas A. Dimitrovich @eaton.com. In fact, yeah. So, or just go to thomasdimitrovich.com and you'll find my contact information there. You can just shoot me an email. Don't forget to sign up. And everybody tells me this after the fact, you're supposed to hit thumbs up and you're supposed to hit subscribe. And if we're not friends on Facebook or LinkedIn, send me a friend request. And that's all I got for today. All right. So thanks for this morning. Have a great day today. Remember, make a difference today. You can make a difference today. Make it happen. The life you save might be mine. Just saying. All right, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. God bless. Stay healthy, please. Remember, stay healthy. We're still in a COVID world, and I don't know, we might be for a while. So, but just please stay healthy. All right, everybody, take care. I'm going to sign off. Felix, you too, Felix. Thank you very much, brother. All right, everybody, I am going to sign off. Got to get to work.